Well, I think the Russian government and the Russian military have so far been saying that the goals of the operation were being met, and the operation was progressing as it should. No worrying sign here in the way the operation is reported. But that's, of course, the fog of war. You get conflicting reports from both sides, and it's really hard to know which one to believe.
What kind of access do residents have to this information in Russia?
Well, internet is working in Russia, and of course the media. There are, of course, state-funded media that stick to the official narrative. But I don't think there's a problem with access to alternative information for anyone who wants to get it, if anyone is not to trust the official narrative.
And Mikhail, how are Russians viewing the move by President Putin? Do the majority support it?
It's hard to gauge the public mood. I would say the bottom line is that the Russians are not quite aware or not fully aware of what's going on in that conflict. They continue lives, they're living as usual. It hasn't yet dawned on them that there's a major military conflict going on. Quite close to Russia, and hopefully the conflict can end soon without much of a social impact. But so far, I believe the Russians, aside from the demonstrations or rather small-scale protests that we saw yesterday, there's no significant change in public mood, at least where I am.
What was the government response to those protests that took place?
Well, I guess the protests were dispersed and people were just taken to police stations and then released. But the government apparently wasn't going to put up with people gathering anywhere with any kind of political slogans at this time.
And how are Russian people feeling about the economic sanctions being leveled against Russia by the West?
Well, I don't think we have so far felt anything as a result of the sanctions that were just announced yesterday or a few days ago. And I think the design of those sanctions is such that they are pretty much long-term. They kick in within over months, if not years, and they were not intended to inflict immediate pain on the Russian people, at least for now. So again, that didn't affect the public mood in any way here.
Well, the Kremlin has tonight announced retaliatory sanctions against the West. What can you tell us about those?
I haven't yet heard any specifics about retaliatory sanctions. Aside from the ban on British Airways flights from the UK to Russia, that was meant as a reciprocal move to the UK's ban on Russia's main carrier flying to London. Other than that, I'm not sure we've heard of any reciprocal moves yet by the Russian government.
Mikhail Troitskiy, thank you very much.
Sure, my pleasure.